Wednesday, not Thursday, and I am Mrs. Tomato Head, but today I'm talking to you about peppers. Definitely not something I shouldn't say. I'm always comparing how I am with tomatoes to peppers, and I really shouldn't do that. I am more passionate about growing tomatoes. That shouldn't surprise anybody. But we did find a group, Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap, right here. It's a sister group to Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, and we have just recently met the milestone of 4,000 members. So I thought I would do a special. The team and I discussed it. I thought I would do a special show just devoted to peppers. What I was starting to say is like I don't really know a lot about peppers. I know about peppers. I grow peppers every year. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. Am I to the extent of the I don't know, not knowledge. I don't want to pretend that I know everything about tomatoes either because I certainly don't. I just don't know as much about peppers as I do about tomatoes. But every year I learn from you guys in the group and all of that, and I learn a little bit more. But there's so many ins and outs, breeders and things like that that I'm not aware of. But anyway, thanks for coming to this episode. Today we're calling it Lauren's Pepper Awesome Sauce. If you're watching the full beginning, you may have noticed a little blip there. I was trying to fix something because we have a lot of giveaways today, donated by members of our admin team and some of you pepperheads out there from the group. And I started to realize that my giveaway tool only picks up hashtag tomato. And so I was going to try to fix that while the beginning was opening, and that wouldn't work. So unfortunately, even though it's a pepper show, in order to win prizes, you still, let me just check, see if I can change it quickly. I don't think I can. One of those things, if you watch my Thursday show, Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce, you know I do giveaways every week. And so hashtag tomato is what, nope, that's not going to do it. Yeah. Hang on. Let me try something else. Oh, no, I think I can. Hang on. I just want to make it so you can type in hashtag pepper. I think I fixed it. Yeah. Okay. So type in hashtag pepper. Now you watch when I do my regular tomato show tomorrow. I'm going to have it on pepper. Type in hashtag pepper. If you want to go crazy, and just in case it didn't work, type in hashtag tomato also. But I think pepper should do it. And at the end of the episode, we'll be doing live drawings to give away all kinds of great pepper seeds donated by so many of you. And I thank you. So we started Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap 2 Decembers ago. It was our 2-year anniversary in December. And because we had already started Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, and everybody was asking Keena, Jen, and myself, you need a pepper group that models Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. And my answer was always a resounding no. And Keena's and Jen's was also. I knew I didn't have time for it. I had already had my other group for years, Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain. Hadn't really intended on starting a tomato group, but by default it happened, and I'm so glad it happened. But then people, they love what we do in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. So eventually, Dorothy offered to help. Ken offered to help people that know peppers far better than I could. And Jen and Keena were obviously, we are on the admin team for sure, but our primary focus is on the tomatoes. So I thank Ken and Dorothy for what they're doing with our Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap. And I really should do these pepper ones more often. Once in a while, I'll do a couple peppers on my tomato show because I know there's so many of you out there who are dying for something like this. Let me tell you, and I don't think I'm putting him on the spot by saying this, Ken Fry is really seriously wanting to do a pepper show, much like my tomato show on Thursdays. And I told him I will do whatever I can to help him out until he gets it up and going. And hopefully it's soon, but he's been talking about it for a while. And he said to me the other day, the problem is like his work schedule's always kind of in flux, so it's hard to nail down a specific day. But I was thinking I can't do a pepper show every week, but I could probably do one once a month until Ken gets started. If you guys think that would be interesting to you, let me know. If it's your first time watching, welcome. I mentioned my name's Lauren, otherwise known as Mrs. Tomato Head. Um, and I already mentioned, besides Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap, I run with Kina and Jen Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap and Gardening Lovers Collective and Swap. You can join all of those groups for us, and it's a interactive broadcast. So, which means I want to hear from you guys. I see so many comments are in there already, and so I like to show as many on the screen as I can. Hi, Mayor from afar. Thanks for tuning in. And Sherman. Oh, Sherman TLC. That's new, isn't it? Or have I not noticed that before? Hello, Lauren and fellow peppers. I'm excited to talk about peppers today. I think I've rounded up, there's some that I've grown before, others I have not, but are on my grow list for this year. Some, to be honest, I have a bag of pepper seeds. Like, actually, I've gone through a lot of it. This was like completely full of stuff that I had not logged, stuff from like, vendors and things like that. And I always put it off because I'm always focused more on logging my tomatoes into my spreadsheet. So I used this opportunity to go through, log some things, put it in my spreadsheet, my inventory spreadsheet. And so I learned a lot about what I have and what I want to grow this year. So the one thing I will tell you, I am not knowledgeable at all, nor if you're looking for like super hots and stuff, I'm not your girl. I'm just not your girl. I've grown hot peppers in the past, and don't get me wrong, I love spice. I like a good, spicy pepper that gives us some zing, but I'm just not into the stuff that's going to make you, burn and have to drink milk. That I'm not your girl for that. But I will be showing you stuff that has spice today. But if you're looking for like the curliest, funkiest, super hot pepper that's going to make you want to die, you're not going to see that today. But don't worry, there's going to be some spicy ones that I will show you. Who else do we have? Hey, Rowena. Surprised that you're not you're first. Actually, I think Mayor from afar was first 5 hours ago. Robin's here. Hey, Robin. Heidi's here, and Mike. A lot of similar names, or same names rather, to my Thursday show. Hello. Hi, Mary. Mary's going to be donating some seed prizes today. There's going to be too many prizes. I'll mention them at the time. Like I will go through the pepper varieties, but let me tell you who has donated. Misty Carter is giving away 2 prize packages. Mary Donlong Rivas, 3 prize packages. Kim Wallace, 3 prize packages. Kina, 3 prize packages. Dorothy, 6 prize packages. And I'm giving away 4. So there's a lot of opportunities to win. So I hope you type in #pepper. Hi, Tiffany. Excited to hear about peppers today. Trying to get my grow list together. I was too, to be honest with you, Tiffany. And I'm really fortunate for the show. And like I said a couple minutes ago, for logging these things, because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why I ordered it. I just forgot I had it because some of those have been sitting in there for a couple of years, probably, to be honest with you. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for being here. And Eric Mooney's here. Hey, Eric. And Quincy. Hi there. Mary, I made a big old pot of cabbage roll soup and a pot of rice. I wouldn't have to stop watching today to make dinner. Priorities, #priorities. I love it. Hey, Leslie. Thanks for being here. And Luna's here. This isn't first pepper awesome sauce. I'm so excited. Bring it on. All right. I've got some really pretty ones to show you. Some I've grown, as I mentioned. Others I have not. I asked Kina and Jen for their feedback on some just this morning. I'm like, what have you guys grown that you really liked? And they've given me a couple of things. Get a lot of people talking about the weather here. It's pretty cold. I hope we have some tomato friends and pepper friends from Tennessee who I know are still without power. So certainly keeping them in my prayers. Luckily, we got probably about 14 to 16 inches, but just of snow. We didn't get the ice, so thankfully we didn't lose power. But it's incredible. The storm hit 40 out of 50 states here in the United States last week. It was pretty crazy. Hi, Robert. Everyone's staying warm. Yeah, the bitter cold is really getting us. Hey, Keena's here. Yay, Keena. Thanks for being here. Who else do we have? Falcon in the Garden. Hi there. I don't know if I recognize your name, but welcome. Glad you could be here. Tara Dove is here from icy Southwest Virginia. Thanks for being here. Our snow is spotty, but slowly melting. Greg is here. Good afternoon. Christy didn't know this was a thing till right now. Hi, guys. Yeah, well, I did not advertise it in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. I thought about it, but it's a pepper show. Just like I don't, the only time I'll advertise Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce and Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap is when I'm going to be talking about peppers. I really should have put it in Gardening Lovers Collective and Swap, though. Didn't think of it. Excited for some pepper talk. Now, you guys, if I'm wrong about any of this that I'm going to show you today, or if you've grown something and liked it, didn't like it, please let us know. That's what this forum is all about, is to hear from you, get your thoughts. If it's mispronunciation, don't even bother. I do my best, but you could spend the entire 90 minutes or however long this is going to go trying to educate me. I do my best. There's just, I meant to count how many countries of peppers I'm going to be talking about today, and there's quite a few. I think we encompass a lot of the world, which is always exciting to me. I love that during the pepper show too. Who else do we have? Adrian Baker. Well, what a fun surprise. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Hey, Gary. Congratulations on the 4,000 membership in the PLC group. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'll definitely do one of these again when we hit 5,000. I noticed this morning, so Facebook rounds up to the next 100. So we're already at 4.1 thousand. We haven't physically gotten to the 4,100 yet, but it rounds up. So we must have at least 4,501. Is that right? Why can I not think? Yeah, right? No, that can't be right. 4,000. No, 4,100. So we're not actually physically at 4,100 yet. My brain, I'm getting a little cold. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So my brain is totally not working, more so than usual. But yeah, so it rounds up. So when it says 4.1 thousand, it rounds us up, which I always like. But when people say, hey, I see we hit 5,000, 10,000, we're heading there with the Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. We're almost at 10,000. So some people announce it. I'm like, not really. I'll physically tell you guys, Keena Jenner, I will tell you when we get there. Who else do we have? Dana Smith is here. Hello. And Amanda. Hi, Amanda. Sorry, I didn't read your whole thing, Dana. Excited to learn more about peppers today. Haven't had much luck growing them to maturity. That's a bummer. Yeah, I wish I could give you advice. I'm getting better with them each year. Last year I started them later. It gave me later peppers, but it also made it so like my pepper plants indoors didn't get all bug infested. I've tried everything with that stuff. In previous years, I've had to like go outside, wash the plants off. You can tell me a million different things. Val Smith did tell me about it's lime, froggy something last year. I have a huge bag of it in there. I know Jen does too. I don't know if Jen's watching. And that worked pretty well. But anyway, I found it actually more helpful to me to start them later. So I'll probably do that again this year, especially since I don't grow really any super hots, which I know need more of a chance to germinate. Hey, Gina. Congrats on 4,000 PLC. Yeah. Purple Turtle 8. Yay, peppers. And Pretty's here. Hi, pepperheads. I'm here to learn how to cooperate better. Hi, Tom. I know tater mater seeds. Um, this poster behind me, I refer to it often. This was in our kitchen 30 years ago. The reason why I thought of it, that's Tom Wagner, for any of you that don't know tater mater seeds. So at the bottom, there's a list of resources, seed sources. Now, granted, this was 30 years ago, and it says tater mater seeds right down there, which I think is pretty cool. Hey, Sherva. Nice to see you. And Lisa's here. Congratulations on 4,000. Yeah. All right. Hashtag pepper. I'm seeing some hashtag tomato too. Good. If you're just joining us, type in hashtag pepper to win an enormous amount of prizes that we're going to be drawing in a little bit. If you want, you can type in hashtag tomato too. I think I fixed it to be peppers, but if you want to put in one of each, that would be great. And the prizes are fantastic. You guys aren't going to want to miss out. All right, let me fast forward here. Ken, I know you had to work today. I know you're not watching live, but we're getting it. Do it, Ken. Do it, Ken. Yes, do it. Definitely do it, Ken. Yes, Ken would love a pepper show. What a wonderful idea. Hey, Jamie. Once a month would be awesome for peppers. I can commit to doing once a month until Ken. I really want Ken to do it. He's so wonderful, as you guys know. He's much more an authority on peppers. And I would love to have it be a weekly thing like we do with tomatoes. I mean, my shows are not synonymous with the group. Got a lot of viewers who are not in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap or Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap. So I don't view them as one and the same. We can't stream directly into the groups. But I know a lot of you guys from the group come on over and watch this once a week. I mean, often we're well over 100 live viewers. So I think that's really fantastic. So Ken, I will make sure that you watch this. I'm sure you'll watch it later and get all kinds of people saying, go for it, Ken. Yes, would love a pepper show for sure. Jamie, one day, hopefully a sourdough lovers collective. I know we did talk about it a while back, but then we thought, let's kind of keep it simple. Adrian, once a month. Yes to once a month. Over here patiently waiting for my 2 trays of peppers to germinate. Yeah, once you get everything planted, you definitely are waiting with bated breath, right? That would be awesome if Ken did a show. I couldn't agree with you more. Andrea says, just went through my peppers and was surprised at how many varieties I have. Only grow sweet, mild, and occasionally medium spice for making hot sauce gifts. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about a variety that Jen gave me last year that had good spice to it that has become my favorite pepper of all time. For those of you that watch Tomato Love or Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce, this won't be a surprise to you because I can't shut up about it, but I am going to talk about it in a little bit. It's delicious. So I like spice like that. I like when I'm like, woo, but I like it to be edible. That's just me. I like being able to taste it. And, but I know there's so many of you out there who like extreme spice. It's just, I find the plants are beautiful, but it's just not my cup of tea. Can't handle the hots. I love the sweet peppers. Well, I'm definitely showcasing some sweets today. And the one hot pepper I'm talking about that I grew last year from Jen has a brick score that of unlike any other pepper or tomato I've ever seen so far. Hi, Gary. Nice to see you. And Deborah's here. Hey, Deborah. Ooh, prizes. Thanks to everyone who donated prizes. Yes, thank you all very, very much. Happy to see you all here. And here's one who donated prizes today, too. Kim Wallace. Hi, all. Nice to be here. Hey, Kim. Thanks for joining in. Hey, Ken. All right, so you're seeing it right here, right now. I hope I didn't put you on the spot, but I know you've talked about it before. Glad you're here, my friend. People want a pepper show, Ken. Heidi. We were just talking about your new show, Ken. Yeah, he's at work. Hey, Jen is here. Hello, my sweet friend. I love you. Hi, everyone. Love you too. Um, Michael, my first time. Love peppers and tomatoes. Well, glad to see you here, Michael. Thanks for joining in. If you like tomatoes too, you can tune in tomorrow at the same time for my weekly show, Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. I can't even say the name of my own show today. Like, I can't say much. You'd think I was on something, but I'm not. Kind of wish I was. Kidding. Um, Dorothy's here. Hello, made it. Cat on the laptop causing interference. Cats will do that. Nice to see you here, Dorothy. Dorothy does a tremendous amount for our group. Yeah, I figured it out eventually, Robert. Thank you. I'm like, we didn't get that many. And I do know this. My brain's just really not working. Yeah, I see everybody's correcting me. It sounded very wrong at the time. Here's a tip. I encourage anyone who has the space to cut your peppers back, put in a container in the garage or basement to overwinter. Game changer. Earlier peppers and my harvests were much larger. Tell me, is it more? I guess I know your answer already for you to suggest this, but it seems like more trouble than what it's worth. No? Is it more because it'll start next year's peppers earlier? Is it more that versus getting peppers in the winter? Please educate me. I've been meaning to overwinter a pepper because I've heard about it for years, but then by the end of tomato pepper season for me, like October, sometimes November, I'm just like, have my indoor micros started and stuff. But I know so many people do it, so there must be really great benefit to it. Hi, Jamie. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys are just tuning in, type hashtag pepper. We're giving away a lot of prizes, a lot of great seeds. Hi, Tom. Glad you could join in. Adrian says, my best, most effective tip for better producing peppers is not planting them out until your nights are no longer in the 40s. My production has gone way up since I've waited on planting peppers out. That one I can speak as a fact too. Same as tomatoes. You actually stunt their growth by putting them in the ground or leaving them out overnight too soon. I know everybody's dying to get their peppers, the earliest peppers and all of that. But honestly, you could be giving your plants a major setback by doing so because it all is just like with tomatoes. It just has to do with soil temperature. So don't fall into the trap. Jen says, I've got about 20 pepper plants up in my spare room that doesn't get heated, so it stays about 55. So far, they all look pretty good. All right, so what is the maintenance on that? How often do you have to water them? Now my curiosity is definitely piqued. Keen already asked my question. Do they need water in the winter when doing that? I've definitely got the space here in my basement. Dana, yeah, there's a lot of bean collectors out there. That's something that Ken knows a lot about also. Not saying, Ken, that you've got to do a bean show too, but Ken, in fact, his shop is forgottenheirlooms.com. I believe he sells beans also. Is that right, Ken? I know you grow a lot of the heritage beans. It's a whole exciting world out there for beans. Water mine once a week. They don't need much water. Okay. Well, I water my microdorf tomatoes about that. So I could probably do that with peppers too. And Francis says, I water about once every 2 weeks just to keep them from drying out. So interesting. Jamie says, I gave away all my super hot seeds. They have no place in my garden. Yes, Jen, great bricks and a fun name for sure. And I would have never grown it if it wasn't for you. And Keena's thinking what I'm thinking, might have to try it. Tanya, hi Lauren. I'm excited to be talking peppers today, and the most heat I deal with this is a shishito pepper. Isn't it funny? I grow shishitos every year just because I love blistered shishitos. I'm going to try a different one this year. I don't know if it's instead of shishito or in addition to, but one called padron, which I'm sure many of you have probably grown, you pepperheads out there. It looks similar, if not exactly like shishito. It sounded a little more interesting. Um, and I don't think shishitos are spicy, but once in a while I'll eat one, not even red, but still green. All of a sudden I'm like, whoa, when does shishito get spicy? Isn't that funny? Keen, it's really easy. Can't wait to transplant back into my beds. It might be perfect for somebody like me who I try a few new peppers every year, but I'm really with peppers. When I find something I like, I will put it back in my garden. I do that with my top tomatoes too, but I do mostly new ones. I think this year I might be regrowing more than ever. Hmm, that's probably not true. I know I said it before the tomato season last year, and then certain ones got off, but there will always be some tomatoes in my garden. So anyway, for peppers though, there's some like the one I'm going to talk about that Jen gave me, that I know I'm going to be growing again next year. That would be perfect for overwintering. The ones you really, really like that you know you're going to grow the next year, right? Totally going to try it. Um, Chelsea, hopefully this answers your question from input from Francis and Jen, wanting to know how they overwintered and how they're doing. Jamie says, I tried overwintering once and failed. Will try again and I learn and hope I learn and hope I learn and it is successful. I gotcha. Francis, peppers come much earlier since the roots are completely developed. It takes small amount of work. Only drawback I've experienced is not watching seeds grow, but I just start new varieties. All right, these are good questions. Kino wants to know, do you have to wake it up in some ways? And Jen says, when you break dormancy, they take off with foliage, whereas baby plants have to get established and are slow growing. So how do you break the dormancy? Kina, I swear sometimes we're like twins, Kina. Sounds like a cool thing to try. I will try with a couple of plants next winter. Me too. Me too. I used to overwinter, but the aphids, oh, I didn't even think of that. I have problems with peppers indoors. I've done micro peppers indoors over the years, and they do get a tremendous amount of aphids. Yeah, that could be a problem for me. Garage is probably too cold, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's interesting. Jen, you're not having aphid problem? Because I know you have them with pepper starts, or have had them in the past. The warmth and the light get them back up and going. Think of them like a perennial that goes dormant in winter. Lunar says, I wish I can handle the super hots, but I had an accidentally spicy habanada and I cried like a baby that's a painful lesson. And I cried like a baby from burning my face off. I wanted to hear this from somebody. I grow padron every year. I think they are more well known here than shishito. If you let them go red, they are all spicy. No more roulette. Yes, shishitos, when they get red, they are spicy too. Brianna says, I have padron and shishito on my long list right now. Michael says, it's more about getting peppers earlier. I'm overwintering about 10 plants for the second year, and they only need about a splash 2 times a month. You don't want to grow just to stay alive. Interesting. Tiffany says, I might try overwintering next winter. Don't have the space this year. Jamie's is fighting aphids now on peppers, tomatoes, both. And slowly starting fertilizer helps to wake up overwintered peppers plus higher temperatures. Jen says, no aphids. I keep them in a cold, dark room, not in the same warm place as my micros. Good point. But no aphids so far this year. All right, that's good to know. So let's talk about some peppers. I'm being very ambitious with the number that I want to talk about. But I'm wondering, here's my line of thinking. I won't be as chatty about these peppers as I normally am with tomatoes, but I think I could be chatty about peppers too. A lot of them, almost all of them, don't know a breeder. I know the origin of most of them from based on my research, but we'll see how it goes. There isn't even one that I would want to take off of here, so we shall we shall see. Kina says, I don't do well with aphids. I once threw away all my indoor plants because I saw flies on in one. Yeah, I have that problem with pepper plants, that is for sure. Okay. Where's my slideshow with peppers? Here it is. The first one. Jen, there's a couple on here where I'm like, Jen is going to go. In fact, the very last one I'm talking about, I'm like, Jen's going to go crazy for this. And I thought of you with this one too. I don't know if you've grown it. It's called Tavir Red. Um, this is a pepper. This information is from Dea Flora, and they say it's a pepper variety that surpasses anything seen before. It's an incredibly long, blocky pepper with thick, tangy flesh. I know Jen likes the really big ones. I do too, actually. With thick, tangy flesh, phenomenal weight of 400 grams or more per fruit. That's almost a pound for those of us in the not metric world. Our largest fruit weighed 423 grams. This is at Dea Flora, which is in Germany. The plants produce an abundance of these colossal beauties. They have a rich, meaty, mildly spicy, and sweet flavor. Freshly fried or roasted, they are absolutely wonderful, and harvesting them takes only seconds. Just one is enough. And then there's a site in Russia called Mir Tomato. I think it's called World of Tomatoes. They say it's a Japanese variety, mid-season, high-yielding, bushes reach only 60 to 80 centimeters. And if anybody's grown this, please let us know. That's how we can all help each other with our grow lists. Tell us if you had success with it, if you really liked it. Let us know if you don't. I wonder, are there spitter peppers like there are spitter tomatoes? I haven't had a lot of spitter tomatoes in my life, but I've certainly had some. In fact, we were talking about one of them or two of them actually in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap today. But is there a pepper that's a spitter? I mean, I don't think the flavor profiles are, I don't think there's, I feel like the depth of flavor can be more all over the place with tomatoes than peppers, but I'm sure those of you who are big pepper heads are like, oh, she's so naive and she's just not tasting it. I just don't see how a pepper could have a flavor profile of, ugh. But tell me if you've ever had a spitter pepper. I want to know. Um, I knew you'd love this big boy. Wait till you see the last one, Jen. Wait till you see it. Oh, okay. Francis is educating me. Absolutely have spitter peppers. Zulu was awful. Um, tell me how awful. Like, is there an adjective to describe it? I mean, I've had peppers that are just very peppery. Does that make sense? Just like your very bland green bell pepper you'd get from the grocery store. Is it like that, or is there something worse to it? Eric says he's had some terrible peppers. Oh, that's true. I didn't think of the ornamental peppers. They're very, very pretty, but they're not great for tasting. I've grown some for looks and they taste awful. I'm not a fan of floral tasting peppers. That's true. That's true. Hi, Susan. Never late. Some peppers are gross. Okay, I guess I've just never, I'm not sure if I've ever grown a gross one, but I have grown some ornamentals. You're right. I've grown some ornamentals that were like definitely not for eating. And I grew them because they looked pretty, and then I realized years ago, I don't need it to look pretty. I want to use it in my cooking. I want it to taste good. Anna says Black Horse was a spitter for me. Good to know. Perfumey tasting. Yeah, I don't like that either. And oh, okay. Didn't like Zulu either. Francis says Zulu was, like you described, Antho to be. Okay, some kind of metallic, soapy tasting. Got it. Got it. Um, my spitters were almost sour bitter tasting. Kim says yes to spitters. Most of the purple varieties are that for me. More bland than a green pepper. Jen says Zulu was a no-go for me. And Zulu was just weird. Okay. I don't think anybody's now ever going to grow Zulu. Zulu was horrible, horrid, bitter, and almost soapy taste. Don't grow it. Well, definitely not now, but I don't think it was. I don't even know if I have it, but I'm definitely not getting it now. All right. So nobody's grown Tavir Red. I'd love to know about that one. Okay. This one I did grow. I grew this one last year. I got seeds from TOMATO Awesomesauce from Latvia. And this is a variety. Oops, I screwed up. Rats. I hate when I do that. When I'm creating these slides, I have to switch out the information. And this is not from Japan, as it says there. It is from Russia. It's called Milky Way. And it was a really beautiful one. We rated an 8 out of 10, and the Brix was a 6.3. Really great production. I will admit that I purchased seeds for it because they looked beautiful, and I thought they tasted really good too. Sorry, I was hearing my daughter singing upstairs. 0.7 to 0.8 meters, yellow purple is a block, like a cube pepper. Anybody else grow these last year? I think it was a new one last year. No, I thought Kina or Jen, one of you grew this with me. No? I really enjoyed it. I did see that they are out of stock, Tomato Seta. Oh, Susan, Milky Way is my most wanted. Tried to get it from overseas, but they were sold out. Yes, I haven't seen them anywhere else. Well, put in hashtag pepper because it's one of the, I think it's in one of my prizes. Yep, it is my second prize. So put in hashtag pepper. I wanted to mention best way to watch my shows if you've never watched before is grab a notebook. We and a pen, obviously. We have Seed Seeking Saturday every Saturday in Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap, where you can put up to 5 new varieties each week that you're seeking. So Milky Way, if that's your most wanted, would be a great one to add on there on Saturdays. Hey, Natalia, thanks for joining in. Okay, I thought you grew it, Jen. It was gorgeous and tasty. Good production too, right? I saw Milky Way from one of Jen's taste tests and had to get it. I don't think I saw that one. Milky Way was one of my most wanted also. Yeah, I grabbed those up last season right when he first opened the shop because I'm like, oh, you know what? I think I did it. I did an unboxing for Tomato Seta and I featured it on there before I grew it. So, and I know that shop tends to sell their same owner, Valdez Poulin, same owner as Tomato Galaxy, but 2 separate shops for some reason. He grows a lot, or he sells a lot of the same stuff in both shops. Also, a very talented breeder, Valdez is. But I know you don't have a long period of time to get a lot of like the new and exciting stuff. Oh, Croatian Seed Store has it. Good to know. Good producer, says Jen. Yep, I agree. Okay. This is another one I grew 2 years in a row, last year and 2024, Criolla di Cucina. I love this pepper. It's a thin-walled pepper. I honestly, I like thin wall and thick wall. I see the benefit to both. I really do love the delicate, thin-skinned one. I also grew another one last year that had a similar thin, delicate skin called Ausilio thin skin pepper. I got those seeds from Secret Seed Cartel. Not sure if he carries them anymore. That was when Terry owned it. I really liked that one too. But Criolla di Cucina is all about Sweet, the Brix was 6.9. We rated an 8.5. What I write? Very early to ripen. Plant was loaded with these gorgeous wrinkled fruits. Love this one. Um, I'm reading. I don't want to read my entire lengthy review that I put in Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap, but um, thin wall, sweet, delicate, perfect for salads. I wrote very sweet, but not as sweet as something like Lesia, but still much more sweet and flavorful than your standard bell pepper. Anybody else? Ooh, Jen, don't tell her you can hear her. She she thinks we can't hear her. She's rehearsing. She's doing an audition coming up. Sounds nice though, doesn't it? Um, Jen is the reason for many on my pepper want list. Jen's the reason for a lot of peppers that she's given me tons. In fact, last year, my pepper starts, I just remembered this. My pepper starts, I started them, I think I started them too late. Oh, and then I had a tray I lost for some reason. Not like physically lost, but like they died. Um, and so I asked Jen to bring me peppers because I wasn't happy with what I grew. It was something like that. And so she loaded me up with some things. And the year before, she had loaded me up with some too. Stuff that I'm like, I can't fit this in, but I found a way to fit it in. And she's responsible for, I know she gave me elephant ear a couple of years ago, which I really liked. She's always good on the big ones. Like I got Hercules from her last year and Godzilla. Oh, Spitz paprika chocolate she gave me a couple of years ago too. That was another excellent one. And then the one I keep referring to, we'll talk about in a couple minutes. But yeah, um, oh, thank you. I want to tell her that you say that, but she'll die if she knows you guys can hear. That's 2 floors up too. Thank you though. I think so. Um, yeah, she will stop. She'll be horrified. Yeah, you know what she's auditioning for? Disneyland Paris. Yeah, thank you. It's not she's actually leaving tomorrow to go on a cruise with a friend, but it's after she gets back. When I'm going to Destin, Florida in a couple weeks, she's coming down with me for the first like 12 days. And so we're taking a road trip from Destin to Orlando, which is like a 5-hour trip. So she can audition there for Disneyland Paris. So I hate the idea of her going away again, but I don't know why I'm whispering. She can't hear me talk. Of course, I can hear her sing. I want to tell her that you guys all say that, but she's not singing right now. But I can't. She'll die. Nobody else has grown Criolla di Cucina. Where did I get seeds for this? It wasn't anything unusual. Uprising Organics is where I got seeds for Criolla di Cucina. Really, really loved it. Okay, this one I have not grown, but it sounds intriguing, so I've put it on my grow list for this year. It's a variety from Poland. I was given seeds for this from a friend. Wouldn't know how to pronounce it. Oh, I've lost my notes here. Kina, just saw your message. Yep. Secret Seed Cartel says this is an early, vigorous, very vigorous grower. Sweet pepper that has outproduced all California and paprika peppers in zone 2. Extreme disease resistance. Prune early to allow multiple branching. The fruits yield a medium long, 15 to 18 centimeters. The taste is incredibly sweet, totally ripe. And if you've grown this, please let us know. They will be a deep red, but can be used at any color staging. Good for roasting, sauteing, salads, and stuffing. Can be grown both outdoors and in greenhouses or tunnels. We really loved this one. I wish I had more history on it, but I've spent a lot of time researching and can't seem to find the origins. The name is Polish, so it makes sense that it is of Polish origin. And then my friend Claudia says it's very tasty, crisp, and prolific. Anybody grown it? I thought for sure people, all you pepperheads would be like, oh yeah, grown it, been there, grown that. Um, could be a momager and go too. Well, if she gets the gig, and you better believe I'll be going to Paris. Oh, Kina, I know she'll be on the right side of the ocean. Hey, she can get me. She can get me tomato and pepper seeds from Europe. Priorities, right? Hashtag priorities. Dana says this is on her list for this year. Yeah, mine too. Can't wait to compare notes. Definitely a reason to go to Paris for sure. Yeah, Paris, you go, girl. This sad mama. I know. Her career's a real liability. I miss her a lot. She's always doing national tours and cruises and things like that. But Dorothy says I grew them great peppers. Yeah, great. Oh yeah, Jen, we can make a trip out of it. Go to Paris and then Norway. Yes. We'll have to find like a Carlisle, Pennsylvania in Europe so we can have a second tomato tasting festival type thing in Europe. Okay. Next. All right, here's the one I keep alluding to. Shouldn't be a surprise to many of you out there. Let me tell you the story behind this. So, those of you that know Jen know that she loves a good dirty name. Tomatoes and peppers, doesn't matter. She gave me this plant at our Carlisle plant swap last May. Um, and she, picked it for obvious reasons. The only I guess the seeds originally came from Matt's Peppers, but when Matt's Peppers is done selling for the season, all of his information is gone. So the only information I had seen on it was a YouTube video, Baus Grows or something like that, and he was going crazy for it. So Jen gave me the plant. By the time the plant made it home to my house, it had split in half. Me, not knowing as much about peppers as I do tomatoes, wondered, can you revive a pepper plant by sticking it in soil? And it turns out you can. So you would think it would just be so far behind, but it really wasn't. It developed roots relatively quickly. Let me tell you, the way I revived it was in it's probably a 2 or 3 gallon pot. And the thing was crazy prolific. Definitely, I mean, and that's just it was probably a 3 gallon pot. Yeah. So prolific. This year I'm totally growing it, no holds barred. It's going in the ground. Let me tell you, this thing is delicious. Now I had some, it says the Scoville's around 30,000, which sounds really, really hot. I had some that had gentle heat. I had some that were hot, but edible hot. The Brix was a 14.2. And, I only tested that this would have been like an average or on the higher end of the average, but they were all super sweet. I was thrilled with this pepper. So, Jen, thank you. This is now my favorite pepper of all time. Totally. So, they still have them at Matt's Peppers. I checked earlier today, or you can put it in Seed Seeking Saturday, Most Wanted, or whatever. But you must trust me on this. It looks like they'd be super hot. I just did not find them to be. It says / yellow dingling because the guy in the video, I guess there was some confusion as to whether it was yellow ding dong, yellow dingling. The whole variety was kind of a mystery for a while, but Matt's Peppers calls it yellow ding dong, and I shall too. It's like a sweet heat. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Pretty growing this one for pepper grow out. Thanks for the seeds, Lauren. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm glad you're growing it too, Mary. There's a Carlisle in Scotland. That's perfect. Is it a place where people would want to go? I mean, any place in Scotland I'd want to go. That would be so cool. Putting on my pepper wish list. Yeah, you've got to trust me on this one. Was not expecting it. But I also didn't want to have to tell Jen I'd killed her plant. And I'm so glad like I gave it that effort. But you can take the top of a pepper plant without roots and all that. You can stick it in soil and it will come back just like a tomato. Fantastic in salads. Yeah, I I've shared this before, but my all my end of season peppers this year, I chopped them all up, mixed them all together, and put them in those super cubes, like those silicone molds, froze them, and then I took the frozen molds out and I freezing them in Ziploc bags. And it has worked out great this winter. In fact, I'm almost done with them, which tells me I need to do many more of them next year. But the yellow ding dong has the heat in there that just works well with the sweet. Ugh, I may do 2 plants this year. I really loved it. So thank you, Jen. Robert Price is growing it this year. That's great. I've been hearing about this one for a long time. Gonna have to finally find it. Yeah, Matt's Peppers, like I said, they still are selling them. Oh, I want yellow ding dong. Yes, you do. No way, Jen. Do they compare to the sweet heat of Sugar Rush Stripey? These are much sweeter, in my opinion. Much sweeter. Um, you did hear this? I heard other colors of ding dong. I need them. Did not know that. Just like with tomatoes, I had no idea there was a whole world of peppers. There are. I think there's a I was going to say, I think that there's a lot more to peppers, but that's insinuating that there's not a lot to the pepper world, and there's a lot to the pepper world. I have heard that there's a lot of drama in the pepper world. We get enough drama in the tomato world that you guys don't see. I definitely want nothing to do with pepper drama. I think there's a lot of, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I hear there's a lot of people stealing varieties, although they do that in the tomato world too. No, I'm thinking of it. Don't mind me. Eva, hi Eva. I want yellow ding dong, yellow dingaling. Yeah, I agree, Jen. So much sweeter. It was shocking. Now I've got to get them. You do. I have a red ding dong pepper. Probably the same. I did read something about, I think the guy in the video said something about, now I don't want to say this because I'm not going to remember, that this was like a mutation of, I shouldn't even say it, mutation of, never mind. It would only be a guess what I was just going to say. The name, I made this graphic a long time ago for my tomato show. So the guy in the video, which was the only person that had the information out at the time, was calling it interchangeably yellow ding dong, yellow dingaling. It is called yellow ding dong. Matt's Pepper sells it that way. So paid no attention to the yellow dingaling. That was just what Baus grows or something like that. Baus. Yes, that's it. I saw the red one. Have to try it. Find it and try it. Okay. Next one, I have not grown this one. It's called Round of Hungary. And if you've grown it, we want to hear. Kids Seed Company has this in stock. And this information's from them. They say it's a delicious, ribbed, flattened, and globe-shaped sweet pepper that we obtained on a trip to visit family in Hungary. That's one of the things I love about Kids Seed Company is they get their seeds from their travels all over the world. And I just think it's really cool saying, yeah, we picked these up in Hungary and we picked these up in Turkey or whatever. They travel the world. I wouldn't even know how to pronounce the name of this town in Hungary, Szeged. And Szeged is known throughout the world for pepper cultivation, particularly the sweet peppers that are used in Hungarian paprika powder. In fact, one of our great aunts was a pepper researcher in the School of Agriculture at the famous University of Szeged, so our love for peppers is probably genetic. It's wonderful for stuffing, fresh eating, and it has a rich sweetness that will most likely make this variety one of your favorite sweet peppers. The flattened ribbed form of the pepper is very aesthetically pleasing, and the plants grow up to 3 feet tall with prolific fruit production, so we recommend staking this special variety. Anything else? I guess that's it. Anybody grown round of Hungary? That's a big compliment. A lot of drama in the pepper community, not in PLC. Well, that was honestly the selling point with starting a pepper group, is it had to be the same as TLC, not dealing with any drama whatsoever. So that's a big compliment. Thank you. All right, nobody's grown this one. All right, moving on. Iko. Tomato Faifu says the origin is unknown, but peppermerchant.net says it's from high mowing garden seed from Vermont in the United States. So I went with that. Lobed bell type fruit. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Ripens from pale yellow to deep purple. Thick-walled flesh, mild and sweet flavor, devoid of heat. Cultive Taru has it, which is where I got my seeds from. Thick-walled, delicious flavor. And then peppermerchant.net says, introducing a vibrant new variety of sweet pepper developed by high mowing in Vermont. These peppers start off as either dark purple or light yellow and mature into stunning red or orange adorned with beautiful purple streaks. Get ready for a delightful and surprising burst of colors. Please note that some plants showed pods that went from white to orange and some were purple to blushing red. These seeds are blended, so please plant extra. It was selected by high mowing for color, yield, uprightness, and leaf color. Anybody grown Iko? Lisa, loved it last year. Good to hear. Susan says, I finally got seeds for Iko this year. Good. This is definitely going on my grow list too. Leslie says, I tried growing Iko last season and none of my seeds germinated. I have more seeds on the way to try again this year. Catherine. Hi, Catherine. I grew Iko for a couple years. I guess that's a good thing. If you grew it a couple years, you must like it. Dorothy says, I grew them. They were on the early side too for me. I had yellow ones. Interesting. They sure are pretty. All right. Nobody else with Iko? Hey, Jeffrey. Yes, it's Pepper Awesome Sauce. Surprise. It's to celebrate our 4,000 members in Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap. And just because I need to do a pepper show once in a while. But you missed it earlier if you watched the show back. Ken Fry is looking to eventually do a pepper show. He's been talking about it for a while. So I'm going to help him get started. Until then, Kina, make sure you do watch later. Good night, because there's going to be some interesting new ones from Dea Flora that I'm going to be showing. In fact, this next one, I guess I switched screens before I realized that. Good night, Kina. Thanks for watching. Oh, good, Jamie. I just ordered yellow ding dong. Good. All right, Parola Aurora. This is from the folks at Dea Flora in Germany. I'm going to be mentioning them a few other times. If you've never seen their site, they've got all kinds of great peppers and tomatoes. They've got all kinds of seeds. For those of you, I talk every year about a specific borage that I like. I plant borage around my tomatoes because of the deterrent to tomato hornworm. But there's a variegated borage. It's called Bill Archer borage. Dea Flora has that also. They've got more basil types than you've ever seen in your life. They've also got tomatoes, and they've got some really great peppers. And this is one that they developed called Parola Aurora. It's only 20 centimeters tall. So that's 8 inches, tiny, and it's variegated, as you can see. Red and orange, like the shades of dawn. The fruits are variegated also. Um, Flowers are two-toned. Oh man, I should have taken a picture of the flower. They had it on there too. It's a delightful variety for pots. Fruits ripen quite early, so there's something to harvest early in the pepper season. They also taste excellent, sweet and crisp, developed by Dea Flora. So you can check out their site. They do ship to the United States. I'm assuming they ship worldwide. Deaflora.com, deaflora.de. I just placed another order with them today. I've always had great success. Of course, if you're in the United States, anytime you order from overseas, well, this goes across the world. Anytime you order outside of your area, you stand the chance of things getting confiscated. It's just the nature of the beast. I've had things confiscated. Most of the time, I don't. I've never had anything confiscated from them, but I don't really think it has anything to do with the vendor. I just think could be the area. It really could be a whole bunch of factors. But I've had great luck with deaflora.de, so make sure you guys check them out. And if you're just tuning in, make sure you type in hashtag pepper. We're giving away a lot of seed prizes. Anybody grown Parola Aurora? They say it's new on their site, but I'm not sure if it was 2026 new or 2025 new. I think it's 2026 new. I have heard that Jeffrey has an amazing selection of peppers. You have heard right. He does. SN232 Parola Aurora looks beautiful. Sounds like it would be a great one to grow in a green stalk too, for those of you that use the vertical planters. That's a small pepper. I think I'm totally going to try it in my green stalk this year. Sounds like the flavor's amazing too. So I will definitely be growing that this year. Oh, you bought Bill Archer Vorage due to your recommendation. I'm so glad you did. The variegation has nothing to do with the borage itself, and it's how it treats tomato hornworms, but it sure is beautiful. I think several of you grew it last year based on my recommendation. In fact, I first got my first variegated borage seeds from our friends at Woodland Creations on Etsy. I didn't know it existed, and they had sent me some seeds, and I'm like, whoa. And it's just not found many places. So Dea Flora does have it. This live cost me today. Matt should send you royalties. Yeah, I'll be curious to see. I tend to have that effect on a lot of vendors in the tomato world. Things will sell out. We'll see how many yellow ding dongs. I should tell them I talked about yellow ding dong today. Jeffrey has some really fun ones. I had to get a second job to support my pepper habit with him. He's my dealer. Yeah, the few that I've grown from him, I don't know. It was before he took over the shop, so I don't know that he still carries them. But Ausilio thin skin pepper was one. Now I'm going to forget some others, but I've definitely gotten some great peppers from Secret Seed Cartel over the years. All right, so that's Parola Aurora, available at Dea Flora. They should be getting royalties from me today too. This one's called Comet's Trail, not to be mistaken with Comet's Tail. Completely different pepper. This one is available at Croatian Seed Store and Tomato Eden. Mid-season variety, medium-sized conical elongated fruits mature from dark purple to green purple and then become bright red when fully mature. They're only 60 centimeters tall, 24 inches at their tallest. The fruits weigh 150 to 180 grams, wall thickness of 6 to 7 millimeters, juicy, bright, peppery taste, high yielding. That was all from Croatian Seed Store. Does Tomato Eden say anything different? Produces equally well in a greenhouse and in open ground. Anybody grown Comet's Trail? Comet's Tail is much more of a thin tail looking thing than Comet's Trail. Aren't they cute? So pretty too. Brianna says Matt also has monkey nipples and big monkey nipples. Surely Jen owns those already. Right, Jen? Or do you not? Stacey, I started some yellow ding dong seeds last week. You guys have to let me know what you think. Sometimes I feel I get a little nervous because I'm like, did I talk that tomato up too much? But taste is obviously subjective. Obviously, we're not going to agree on everything. Somebody in the group today in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap brought up my hatred for Malachite Box Black. I thought it was one of the most disgusting tomatoes I've ever had. I also feel that way about Black Beauty, and a lot of people really like Black Beauty. So taste is subjective. All I can share with you is my experience. It's certainly not because I hate it, you're going to hate it, or if I loved it, you're going to love it. So you just take it all with a grain of salt and just a lot of fun. Comet's Trail looks nice, doesn't it? Robert, I've already started seeds for these this year. First saw it from Jen. Comet's Trail, really? All right, next one is Samborka from the Balkans and northwest Turkey, supposedly. This one is going on my grow list this year, too. Samborka is a pepper that originates from the Balkan region of Europe. Some of its most distinguishing characteristics are that it has a thick flesh while having a heat that is about halfway to a regular chili. You can therefore say that it is a meaty pepper with heat. There's another site I really like. I've gotten some tomatoes from them and I've gotten some peppers from them. They're called Two Seeds in a Pod, and they mainly focus on varieties from Turkey. They say after searching Samborka hot pepper seeds for many years, we finally grew them in 2021. Medium to large fruits of this traditional hot pepper are conical and have mild heat with medium wall thickness. In Bosnian cuisine, flavorful fruits of Samborka hot pepper are traditionally stuffed with cheese and pickled with milk to make soka. I am so happy to be able to connect with this culturally appropriate seed that speaks to my cultural and ancestral lineage. This is a traditional variety in the Balkans and northwest Turkey. Then there's a whole article on it in a periodical called the Waterloo Chronicle. I forget what country the Waterloo Chronicle's from. It's not the United States, but they have a whole article on it. And they share their love for the Samborka pepper. For some reason, I copied and pasted the entire article here. Surely there is something I know I could read you guys. They say it clocks in at about 2,000 to 5,000 on the Scoville scale. Tatiana's tomato base says very productive. My favorite mild hot pepper for fresh eating. That's from Tatiana's tomato base. Anybody grown? I got some work on my list for this year. Me too. Me too. Oh, does Old South have this one? Oh, Jen didn't place many orders anywhere this year, so I didn't get any monkey nipples. I have a feeling that you'll have some monkey nipples coming your way. Here's another one from Dea Flora, and I think this is a brand new one for 2026. It's called Cassius longinus. They say it's orange, yellow-orange fruits with purple stripes and a good length. Flowers are purple, leaves speckled with white. Even the calyx is striped purple, green, and white. Both the plants and the fruits are beautiful. With a medium heat level of 4, it's by no means too hot for most chili eaters. A delicious salsa can be made from the fruits. Finely chopped mango meets onion, garlic, green bell pepper, lime juice, olive oil, cilantro, salt, and chili. Oh my God, does that sound good? See, January is the time where I'm so far out from like fresh tomatoes and peppers where like just reading that made my mouth water. And it is produced by Dea Flora. I'm telling you guys, if you've never checked out that site, you want to check out their site. Isn't it gorgeous? For sure. Leslie says, I like the sound of sunbork. I have to add it to my list. Dorothy, which ones did you grow? Samborka and loved them? Or did you grow Cassius longinus and loved them? Do tell. I know many of you will have to like pause, so I may be seeing your comments at, where I'm live. Perhaps you're not live anymore. Looks beautiful. I agree. I see some. You can type in hashtag pepper and hashtag tomato. I think hashtag pepper will get us going for today. Jamie, I didn't think I would be so tempted this episode, but Matt's peppers just took all my money. Okay. Dorothy says sunbork I grew. Good. Day of Floor is awesome for so many things. I know. Keena turned both Jen and I onto them. They're so great. Their packaging's wonderful. I don't think I've done. Do I still have anything left here from them? I think I logged most of what I got from them. Yeah. I don't think I've ever done an unboxing from them. Maybe I have. I don't remember, but you definitely want to check them out. Go to dayaflora.de. And they have a number of peppers that they've developed themselves. All right. Next one. XL Long Brown Sweet. Look at the size of that pepper. This information is from Dea Flora also. I don't believe it's not one of theirs. Here's what they say about it. At the stated 41 centimeters in length, it is the longest pepper ever. We simply had to grow it, and lo and behold, it reached a respectable 39 centimeters in our garden. That's forearm length, including hand. This leaves potential for even larger selections if that's your thing. So it sounds like it may not be completely stable yet. This is a chance seedling of a very long variety that was grown in Great Britain. One plant produced even longer fruits than all the others. I don't know the exact parent variety, but since it tastes so good, I'd guess it's a sideline of Ramiro or Palermo. You can get seeds at Dea Flora. Anybody grown XL long brown sweet? I know Jen gave me XXL this year, which is different. These are some long peppers. Matt's got $25 for me too. I know. If you're a basil head, definitely check out Dea Flora. I am a basil collector. I've kind of given up. They come out with so many new ones every year at Dea Flora. I've kind of given up. They've got all kinds of great purple ones and red ones. I'm still this also wouldn't surprise any of you who watch me weekly, but my favorite basil is called African blue basil, and it doesn't offer seeds. It's a sterile variety, so you have to have a plant that's already established and keep producing them through cuttings and things like that. So my favorite basil you can't get seeds for, but all kinds of other basils, let me tell you, they're the place you want to go. XL Brown looks delicious. I agree. That's huge. Hi, Cindy. I love that you are doing a pepper show and contributing to my new addiction. I'm glad too. This is a lot of fun. I grew XL this year, very similar to a Twister Palermo Ramiro type. Good to know. Oh man, I think I need to visit the site again. Hold off, because the last one that I think you're going to love is from there also. Where can I look for micro or dwarf sweet pepper seeds? You know who's got a big selection of micro peppers is Tatiana at Tomato Eden, tomatoeden.net. She's got all kinds of micros that I've grown from her. She doesn't ever have hot peppers. She's got a good selection of very good selection of sweet peppers. The Cassius longinus peppers sound very interesting. I'm going to have to get seeds for that one. Tiffany, I need to get the African blue basil. Still, oh, you haven't had it yet? Go on Etsy. Go on Etsy. You can get a plant from there for pretty inexpensive, and it will keep you going. This will be my third year growing from my one original plant that I got. I'm in love with cinnamon basil. Can't walk past it without touching it. My African blue basil is still blooming because of warm Southern California weather this year. Great. Mine's blooming indoors. I have them on my kitchen windowsill, and then one in my hydroponic unit, my aero garden, because I keep them going all year round. I take cuttings and more cuttings. That way, when the season starts, they're all ready to go. And I know Akelia started doing this in Carlisle, as did Jen last year. We all brought in African blue basil cuttings. So for those of you that come to Carlisle, you'll definitely walk away with African blue basil this year. That, among other things, that is for sure. All right. Here's one that I grew 2 years ago. Sucette Hierois. It's from France. Really, really good one. Apparently, this translates to lollipop. I got my seeds a couple of years ago from Tomato Faifu in Belgium. The Brix was an 11.4. We gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Gentle heat on these beautiful sweet orange babies. Pretty productive. Grew one in a raised bed and one in a green stalk. Now the plant in the green stalk there, it got larger. It got to be about 18 inches, which is 18 inches, about 45 centimeters. So it would get larger in open ground, but it did well in the green stalk. What else? Originates from the Hyères region in the southeast of France. Thin flesh, thin walls, bushy habit, very good production until frost. Our notes say these are very tasty and delicious, such flavor. Anybody else grown this one? I really, really loved it. Yay, I'm propagating from the one you gave me, the African blue basil she's talking about. I think I would cry if I had any of my cuttings like die. It would kill me to have to buy another plant. I'm so proud of the fact I've just been keeping the same one alive and the cuttings and sharing them with everybody. I'd have to get one from you, Jen. Although I guess yours originally didn't come from my plant. You know what I mean? All right. I need to get moving on. I've got a lot more I want to talk about. Anybody else grown this one? Sucette Hierois? All right, moving on. Here's another one from Dea Flora, gang. It's called After Enlightenment. This is one they developed also. A variety with a beautiful color gradient as it ripens and the variegated leaves. The fruits ripen from purple to striped light green to orange with a purple blush. Flowers are also quite pretty, white with purple tips. The fruits are quite large and not all too hot. They have a sweet and spicy flavor. Yeah, these are beautiful, aren't they? You can tell I have like a look that I like. I didn't realize it when I was putting this show together and doing the slides, but I'm like, I kind of like all the funky colors. Although I'm sharing about a couple of pretty heirloom type also. Geez, my list keeps getting longer and longer. I'm going to have to give Dea Flora a heads up. You're going to get a lot of orders today. They'll be thrilled. You won't believe the seeds that they have. Strawberry plant seeds, like seeds of plants I've never heard of, which isn't like saying that I think I've heard of all the plants, but such amazing and interesting variants of different plants out there. You will be addicted once you've placed your first order. Assuming all goes well, you will be addicted. All right, After Enlightenment. I'm also propagating from Lauren's African blue basil. Yay! That makes me so happy. Okay, next one. This is a variety from Poland called Buran. It's a Polish heirloom. Um, Pine Tree Gardens says they ripened toward the end of the season in Maine, mid-September, but the plant was loaded with green and ripe red peppers. We took a bite out of a green fruit and were surprised at the sweetness it had while still green, um, especially when compared to a green like California Wonder Pepper. Three-lobed fruits, 4 inches long. Thought I had more information on that one. Maybe I didn't spend the time to research it. Anybody grown Buran? All right, Tiffany wants to know, so with peppers, I know jalapenos are milder while green, and a lot of people don't realize that they ripen to red. Can you eat all peppers at various stages of ripeness, and do they taste different? I think so. Completely different. We were mentioning earlier in the episode about shishitos and how they get a bit more spicy when they're red. You can eat peppers. I mean, green bell peppers in the grocery store are they will eventually turn red. They're just unripe peppers. Um, I find for me, I let almost everything ripen to red unless it's the end of the season and there's just no time left. I do know I pick at them when they're green, and some of them do ripen similar to tomatoes. But I find the depth of flavor to be much better in a red pepper. That's my personal opinion. They get sweeter, sometimes also spicier, but I like them better. I do like shishitos when they're green. That's probably the only green pepper I like. I just feel um, they lack flavor. City Farmers Nursery in San Diego sells African blue basils. Not surprised that the cross originated out in California. It was a spontaneous cross of, I should know this by heart, um, mm, Canthos African basil and blue opal basil, something like that, happened in somebody's garden, and it goes to flower, and it's. I wonder if I have a slide on it. Let me check. I talk about it enough. Yep, here we go. Of course I do. Um, they have beautiful flowers, and it is the most massive. Oh, where'd it go? Um, Massive plant, and yet no seeds. No seeds. All right, hang on. I had something here, but it's not going onto my slideshow. Add slide. Here we go. So here's what African blue basil looks like. And this plant of mine on the left is one of the smaller plants. Not to mention, they taste good. They're ornamental. They also, any of you who've grown it last year, the pollinators love it. Absolutely go crazy. I've never seen another plant that attracts pollinators the way African blue basil does. So it's great to interplant with your tomatoes if you're looking for some help from your friendly neighborhood pollinators, I should say. Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? What slide am I on? 16. We talked about this? Okay. We talked about that one. Here's another one I grew, which also came from Tomato Fifou, I believe, from Belgium. This is a variety from France called Ampuus. Also very sweet. Brix was a 10.6. We gave it an 8 out of 10. My notes from 2024 say it was a sweet and spicy little gem. These little guys really start producing a lot toward the end of the season. Small fruits, but packed with flavor. They are spicy enough to make your lips burn, but they are edible. If you like things spicy, you will love them. New favorite for a variety with some kick, but not too much heat. And then Tomato Faifu says it's an old variety from Ampuis in the Rhone Valley of France. Ripens from green to red. Gentle heat, plus or minus 1000 SHU. Fine and crunchy flesh, sweet flavor, excellent stuffed. I guess you could stuff them. They'd be nice little appetizers, that's for sure. Anybody else grown this one? Dorothy says, I grew Baran, and it was another sweet red bell type. Okay, good to know. Malbaton, a shishito can have an off one out of 10 that can be hot. Ends up all peppers can have an off one that puts out heat if grown near other hots, but the taste of any pepper intensifies and changes with age. Kind of like aging like a fine wine, right? Getting the plant, you won't be sorry. You won't be sorry. And all you have to do, and this thing puts out suckers like you wouldn't believe, just like a tomato plant, like right in the armpit where the main stem meets the side shoots. You'll get these shoots in the armpit of the plant. Stick them in water in like a week, 2 weeks tops. They'll start developing roots, and you will have more cuttings. And I probably had about six to eight of those plants in my tomato garden last year. And I love basil, but honestly, this has spoiled me to other basils at this point. Although I do love African blue and opal basil, that F4 cross. I do like that one too. Looks beautiful. I love basil varieties and great to have around tomatoes and peppers for sure. For sure. Okay, next one. Antohi Romanian. This is from Romania. It's a pimento style pepper. Pepper Joe says it comes with an interesting story that you can learn and share with your neighbors, friends, and family. Also known as Yan Antohi peppers or Eastern European frying peppers, the Romanian pepper was brought by the Romanian acrobats in 1991 who defected to the United States. It says the Romanian acrobats. I think it means a Romanian acrobat. Rumor has it that many Romanian circus performers fled to the United States to escape the harsh conditions under the rule of the Soviet Union. It is said that Antohi missed his mother's cooking, don't we all, and visited his mother after the fall of the Soviet Union. Along with the chance to see his mother, he got to bring the heirloom peppers back to the United States to grow and use for his cooking. Because of Antohi, we can grow these fascinating peppers today. Okay, he's a Romanian acrobat. Got it. Extremely prolific, early and heavy harvests, has great branch strength. Peppers will grow to 4 inches long and ripen from light cream, pale yellow, orange to finally a dark red color. Pods are smooth, tapered, and narrow, and their thick flesh and sweet flavor are highly favored. And they are one of the best frying peppers because their sweetness is enhanced by cooking. Anybody grown this one before? All right. Moving on. All right. Jen, and I quote Jen from this morning, honey caramel was fire. That's what Jen told me today. So much. I am growing it this year. She's given me seeds. I am totally growing this year. She said it was awesome. Jen, if you'd like to elaborate here in the chat, please do. I've only seen it listed 2 places. Both were in Russia. So I don't know if it's Russian for sure, which is why I left that information off. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Tomato Eden carries it too. So the photo on the right is from Tomato Eden. The photo on the left is from another Russian site. I saw it at sadovayapichilka.ru. But I think Tomato Eden is out of stock on them. You can double check, but I think I checked that earlier. 60 to 70 centimeters tall, mid-season. Fruits are elongated and cuboid, ripening to a caramel orange color through purple. Wall thickness is 5 to 7 millimeters. Juicy, crunchy, and sweet. Meg grew honey caramel in 2025. What did you think? Jen loved it, which is enough to have me sold on it. Susan's grown them a few times. Dana says, this is one of my favorites. Grow it every year. Nice. Oh, honey caramel, what a beauty. Jen says, huge, productive, beautiful, delicious. Checked every box. Got mine from Tomato Eden. Yeah, I'm totally growing it this year. Thanks to you, Jen. Thank you. There's another one from Dea Flora. In fact, my last two, no, that's last two out of three are from Dea Flora. This one, although I can't tell for certain if this is from them or not, but I've only seen it listed there. It's called Clo's Flowers. Spelt differently from Chloe, which is why I'm not calling it Chloe. It was actually Cloe, so I'll just say Clo's Flowers. It's another variegated plant. It looks like, doesn't say the height on it. The way they write it up is they said, in quotes, "Oh, how cute," my colleague said as she walked by. Yes, these little mini bell peppers are really quite adorable. From a distance, they look like tiny flowers on the plant. The green harvested fruits are a flavor sensation, very intense. Finely chop 3 fruits and add them to the base seasoning. They ripen from green with stripes to purple, then to a golden orange sheen. They yield both a full-bodied spicy green paprika powder and a yellow, very fruity paprika powder. Anybody grown Clo's Flowers? It's a new one for Dea Flora, but I don't know that it's new to the pepper world. Sorry, I always say tomatoes. But it's way too adorable. I grew a couple micro peppers from Tomato Eden that looked like this. Mandarin was one. I grew another one from... No, never mind. That wasn't like that. Mandarin and mini orange, I think, both looked similar to this, although this has the bicolor, which those didn't have. Those were solid orange. These have the purple and orange, which is really quite special. All right, this is Kina's pick from Ukraine. Another one that she got from TOMATO Awesomesauce from Latvia. It's called red wine. The only listing I could find of it anywhere is at TOMATO Awesomesauce, and they are out of stock. So I don't really know much about it other than it's from Ukraine. Plants are 0.5 to 0.65 meters, dark red, conical, mid-early, sweet, and Kina loved it. So that's all technical information for you, and Kina loved it. Honey caramel, what a beauty. I agree. Okay, and our last one is the one I thought you were going to like, Jen. Oh, Christy's growing red wine this year. I'm going to have to put that in my Seed Seeking Saturday. I don't have seeds for that one. I think I want to grow it too. It sounds good. With an endorsement from Kina, it's a good thing. Last one. You ready, Jen? Boom. Monstru de Fréchou. I don't know. That's where you pronounce it. These are these massive peppers, not developed from Dea Flora, but they purchased them and they named it this. They say, in France, the oversized peppers caught my eye during a visit to the farmer's market. Gardeners, as gardeners always do, routinely collect seeds from the fruit. However, during cultivation, I was astonished to find that they actually grew true to type. These are enormous fruits, all very uniform and weighing around 500 grams. Hey, Angwei. Nice to see you, my friend. Late but excited to be here. You'll have to watch back. This is my last pepper we're talking about today. But it's a good one. I'm ready. Yeah, it's a good, right? I knew you were going to like this. I have a seed packet of this coming with your name on it. They are oversized block-shaped peppers, usually with a slight indentation. The calyx is deeply indented, Flavor is sweet and perfectly balanced. It's a delicious variety. Unfortunately, the fruits contain very few seeds, so we are offering a smaller number than usual. So with each order, they have 5 seeds per pack. Um, so again, I didn't intentionally make everything. Well, it's not all from Dea Flora, but I didn't intentionally have so many from Dea Flora. But I'm just in love with their pepper selection. So today, when I was going on there to do some research from some peppers I already had from them, I decided to check what they have new in 2026, and some of these popped up. I had to show you, including this one. Deaflora.de is their website. And if anybody after the episode, if there's something that I spoke about that you'd like to know where to find it, I can't guarantee I can find it for you, like that last one of Kina's, the red wine. The only existence I know of it is from TOMATO Awesomesauce, and there's a couple others like that. But I may be able to guide you at least. Or, again, use your notebook, write these down, put it in Seed Seeking Saturday or your season most wanted or regular most wanted. If you're just tuning in or you're not a member of the group, please join us on Facebook. We're Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap. Would love to have you. And if you're a pepperhead who's watching for the first time and you happen to like tomatoes, I do this same show for tomatoes every Thursday. And would love to see you there. It's called Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. All right, we ready to give away some prizes? I'm just going to go in order here, and I'll read to you the person that's giving away the prize. Now's your last chance to get in to win. So type in hashtag pepper. We'll hope that it works. It should work. It should work. Let me just make sure it's... Yeah, it should work. Okay. So the first prize, and I'd like to ask all of you who win. I'll put my email address screen at the bottom. It would make my life a whole lot easier if you can reach out directly to the person who's donating the prize. That is, if you're on Facebook or a member of the group. If you're not on Facebook or not a member of the group, you can email me and I'll get you in touch with the person donating the prize. But I get a lot of private messages, and it's just easier to cut me out, cut out the middleman, and go directly to the person. So the first prizes are offered by Misty Carter. Thank you, Misty. And she's giving away 2 of these. The seed packages are Mad Hatter F2, Red Lesia, Marinka Tongue, Pasilla Baggio, Thunderbolt F2, Bridge to Paris. That was a favorite of mine from this year. Siren Evie, Jimmy Nardello, Pizza Pepper, I don't know how you pronounce that one. I grew it too. TXORIXERO. It says on the back of the Baker Creek seed packet how to pronounce, and I always forget. Sorixero. It's not even close to what it really is. Red Habanero, Big Jim, and Alma Paprika. I grew Alma a couple of years ago. That was a good one too. So thank you, Misty, and we'll give this away 2 times. Let's do this thing. Mariah 11. Congratulations, Mariah. And second one. My giveaway tool does not take out names once they've won. So if your name's drawn a second time and you've already won, we're going to pass it on to somebody else. Raminta Giuliano. Congratulations, Raminta. Please reach out to Misty Carter. Or if you're not in the Facebook group, you can email me at the email address scrolling below. Okay, next one. Our donor is Mary Dawn Long Rivas, who's always so generous, as is Misty. She's giving away 3 prize packages to 3 winners. 10 packs of 10 seeds per pack, Tiger Jalapeno, White Lightning Bolt, Sugar Rush Peach Stripey, Chilaka, Ex-Girlfriend, Deadpool Jalapeno, Purple Cacio White Leaf, Shata, Thor's Thunderbolt, and Spinning Tops. Mary's always good with the good names. Okay. First one, you can reach out to Mary Donlong Rivas if you're winner of these. Thank you, Mary. I don't know if I already thanked you or not. Sherman, congratulations, Sherman. You can reach out to Mary. Next one. Jamie Oshel, congratulations, Jamie. And Stacy O2N. You guys can please reach out to Mary Longdong Rivas, or you can email me if you're not in the group. Okay. Thank you, Mary, for those prizes. Next one. Kim's giving away 3 prizes, Kim Wallace, 3 prizes, all different. The first one is Sweet Amphora, Dallas, Gold Medal, Hallow White, Cayenne Sweetness, and Jalapeno Sweet. This is her sweet package. Amphora, Dallas, Gold Medal, Hallow White, Cayenne Sweetness, and Jalapeno Sweet. And this goes to Greg. Congratulations, Greg. Next one. Oh, wait. Oh, good. Next one is her jalapeno pack. Black variegated, mini, Numex, pinata, purple, G put, and white. Got a little ahead of myself there. Again, these prizes are from Kim Wallace, KYM, so you can reach out to her if you're in the group. Amanda, congratulations, Amanda. And Kim's last prize package is her chili package. Big hot white, lingua di fuoco, uku cream, where's the heat, 7 pot brown strain, red and yellow. So you can reach out to Kim, and the winner for this is Deborah. You'd think I could pronounce your last name, considering I have a very similar last name, but Zakowski? Let's go with Zakowski. I apologize if it's incorrect. Congratulations. So the 3 of you can contact Kim Wallace if you could, and thank you, Kim, for being so generous as always. Next prize package for 3 different winners. These are from Kina. Red wine. Red wine's one of them. Which is the one that I shared about a couple minutes ago that she loved. Red wine, Jamaican Belle, caramel, raspberry chocolate, Matapino, Collagel color between the lines, orange juice, Anaheim Gusto purple, F1, and Naga black. So this is going to three people. You can reach out to Kina if you're a winner. Evelina, congratulations, Evelina. And next one. Mayor from Afar, congratulations. And last one. Sungoon, congratulations. All 3 of you can contact Kina, please, in the morning. Well, you can contact her now. She's just gone to bed. It's late where she is. And thank you, Kina, if you're watching this back. Thank you for your donations. Next are 6 prizes from Dorothy. Thank you, Dorothy. They're all the same. Cayenne Sweetness, Confetti F2, Holy Italian, Jolve and Attitude, Kashmiri Paprika, Madame Parapluie, Rainforest, and Sugar Rush Peach Bell. So for 6 different people, you can all contact Dorothy if you're in the group. If not, you can message me at the email address below. First one. Leslie. Have you won already, Leslie? I don't think you have. Let's just go with you have it. If you did win already and I'm forgetting, I don't think you have though. So congratulations. Sorry, I didn't mean to be a downer there. I just want to. It's a bummer that it doesn't take people out, and for some reason your name was coming up, probably from the comments. But congratulations, Leslie, and you can message Dorothy. It's Skowski. Okay, congratulations, Siskowski. CUK2513. Congratulations. I should be keeping track of how many we've got here. You can message Dorothy or you can email me at the bottom of the screen if you're not in the group. Next one. Sorry, Leslie. Didn't mean to be a downer like, did you win already? Your name was just on my mind, I guess. Tanya's Townhouse Garden. Congratulations. You can message Dorothy. Fourth one. Natalia. Congratulations, Natalia. Number 5. We got 2 more from Dorothy. Eric Ferreira, 8609. Congratulations. And last one for Dorothy. Lisa Lloyd, congratulations, Lisa. Thank you, and congratulations to all of you. Thank you, Dorothy, for your generosity and for donating to our show. Hang on, I just have to check something quickly. Okay. I know Ken had wanted to donate, but I didn't get a message from him, and I know he's been super busy. Maybe he can offer a separate thing in the group. I just wanted to check to make sure I didn't miss a message from him. Okay, the next 4 prizes are from me. So I'm giving away 2 packages of Parola Aurora. That's one of the ones I talked about. Yellow Ding Dong, Tomaticot, which is a wonderful pepper I love from Italy. Giant Sweet Devil's Horn. Grew that last year and loved it. Gnome Hats and Suzette Hyaroy. So a lot of what I talked about today. So that's going to 2 people, 5 seeds each. And the first one, this one you can private message me or email me because they're either way. I'm sending them out to you. Robin Moulton, congratulations, Robin. And number 2, O1 Woof, congratulations. You can private message me or email me if you'd like. And then last 2 prizes are Criolla di Cocina, Auxilio Thin Skin Pepper, Milky Way, Empuis, Lipstick, and Tatli Ukburin, which is another variety from Turkey I grew that I really enjoyed. All right. First one. 771 blah blah. Hey blah blah, congratulations. And last prize of the day. Anwei, congratulations, Anwei. Of course, I just sent you that massive envelope of seeds, but I'll get you another one out, of course. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you all for your donations. Happy 4,000 members to Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap. If you're not a member, please join us. We've got Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, and we've got Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap. Where is it? Here we go. Here it is. And until we can get Ken up and running with his new show, I will commit to doing a Pepper show once a month, in addition to my regular Thursday show. I can definitely commit to that, but every week I just couldn't do it. This has been a whole lot of fun. Thank you all for being a part of it. If you're a tomato head too, I hope you catch me on my show tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. And I will catch you all next time. Peace, love, get your gratitude on. Oh, I forgot to show my shirt. Fruity Fire, No Mercy, Habanero, Fruity Fire with a lethal heat is a deadly combination. This came from Inspired Garden Life, our friends at Inspired Garden Life. I know I had pepper socks somewhere, but I couldn't find them. So see you next time, gang. Bye.